And all my Bat fans that are here today know my next guest is coy Commissioner Gordon's daughter, a likable librarian with a secret. Take a look first. Here she is in action.
What in the world is this? Revolving walls, hidden rooms, disguises. What is Barbara Gordon's secret?
Yvonne Craig, Batgirl. I remember many days watching you on the old Bat cycle there.
Ah, yes. Well, I hate for this to sound like a suicide series, but but I was supposed to go out of that spinning room and ride my Bat cycle out the wall, and it was supposed to look like a brick wall. In point of fact, it was another piece of wonderful plywood, and the special effects man said to me, "Okay, you see this mark? If you'll just give it all the gas you can give it, it'll look like you're riding the wall down." And I said, "Dynamite, I'll do that." And a little voice in the back of my head said, "And keep your hands on the brakes just in case." So sure enough, I hit the mark and I gave it all the gas I could. And I saw this wall coming up and it didn't move. And I figured I can't. So I put the brakes on and skidded within about an inch of the wall. And the male chauvinist pig stunt coordinator said, "She's chicken." I figured, I don't want to go through a wall. I mean, I don't think you prove you're not chicken by going through a wall.
So now you did all your own stunts?
Yeah.
Now, why was that?
Well, I tell you, it's different for women to do their own stunts, particularly in this show. They were supposed to be coming at me to grab me, to do whatever, but nobody ever punched me. And so you guys have to agree that the way men get hurt in stunts is that somebody pulls a punch or they move into it and then they find their nose on their ear, and so it's dangerous. But for me, it wasn't dangerous at all because all they were doing was this and I could go under their arms or whatever. It was somewhat dangerous for them because what they didn't know was that I'm very, very nearsighted and I have no depth perception in this eye, but we never told them that. But I was kicking at a lot of stuntmen's heads and they never knew that.
Now, when did you join the show? In the third season, right?
The third season, yes. The demographics, and I was just talking to somebody about it, and they said, "Did they have that word then?" I said, "I don't know, but they knew what they were wanting." They were looking for a prepubescent female audience and an over 40 male audience. Now, I know what they had in mind for the over 40 male audience, but I always thought prepubescent girls would be in love with Burt. And if not, then with Adam, and then they would hate me. But who knows? I guess they got them. I met a little girl years later, and she said, "Oh, Miss Craig, I was so excited to see you. I'm really a fan." And I said, "Thank you." And she said, "Every time I see someone kicked in the head, I think of you." So...
Now, is that right, Stanley? You were there, so what was the
It was
thinking?
really tough to write the show in the third season because we were cut to a half hour. And there were so many characters in the show. Because not only did we have to write for Batman and Robin, we had to write for Bruce and Dick, Batgirl and Barbara Gordon. Then you had the villains and 3 villainous assistants, and some very good actors played villainous assistants. And so before you knew it, you had like 14 parts before you could really get to a story. So it was tough in the third season. But she really tickled my prepubescence, and I thought you were great.
I read somewhere that your nickname on the set was Bat Broad. Is that right?
Well, yeah, that's sort of right. Now it can be told. I have very big front teeth. And so if you see me looking like this, I look like Bucky Beaver. And so, true. And so the publicist saw a picture of me and said, "Oh, wonderful, Bucky Beaver." And so he used to say, "Hi there, BB." And so somebody came who shouldn't have heard one day, and they said, "What does that mean, BB?" And he said, "It means Bat Broad," which sounded a lot better than, you know, this lady that I'm trying to publicize has big teeth. So...
And you did a lot of acting prior to Batgirl. You were in a wonderful movie, The Gene Krupa Story, with Sal Mineo.
Yes. The wonderful parts got cut out because those were the days when you weren't allowed to say almost anything. Anyway, he was supposed to be truly studying to be a priest and met this nymphomaniac girl. I always play sluts or goody two-shoes, but there's never any in between. I mean... Anyway, he was supposed to... there was a raid, and we were in the liquor locker, and he starts to pick me up and put me, and I slide down his body. And then later on in the show, I'm supposed to take his key from him and stick it down the front and say, if you want it, come and get it. Well, poor Sal had lost so much weight on this picture, what with drumming and doing, and we were shooting days and nights, and when it came time for him to pick me up and shake me, I outweighed him by 20 pounds. So, fortunately, I'd been a ballet dancer, and I said to him, I'll flip myself, and you just grab and shake, and we'll work it out. So we did.
So, yeah, you took care of yourself.
Yes.
Well, being in good shape, I guess, came in handy for this show, because you did a lot of great stuff. We have another piece of tape. Let's roll that, and we'll take a look at Yvonne and another scene from Batman.
Batgirl, I'll untie you.
Thank you, Batman. They almost turned me into a human hors d'oeuvre. What a chilling way to die.
Holy coal creeps. Leave it to crooks like them to think of a trick like this.
Yes, that's to be expected, Robin. The concept of decency is alien to the criminal mind.
Thirsty, hey, thirsty.
And thanks to me, they've escaped.
Perhaps crime fighting is better left to the men, Batgirl. Perhaps not. But this isn't exactly women's work.
But I'm no ordinary woman, Batman.
Agreed.
At least, we recovered the dehydrated royal caviar.
Here they are, the three of them in action. Batgirl, Robin, and Batman. We'll take a commercial break and be back with more of our show. Don't go away.
Discover the refreshing difference of new Ban Ocean Breeze scent. It's fantastic.
That of course was our audience doing the Bat-Tootsie. Now, that became quite the rage, actually, the Bat-Tootsie. That just,
Yes.
Hey, Adam,
It was a
how
national.
you really created it.
It was a national dance craze, of course.
how did you really create
Well, there was a dance at the time that was popular called the Watusi, and I came in one morning, they handed me this thing and said, you're going to have to do a dance in a disco, and I said, what? And I mean, I was very upset, but I said, it'll be the Batusi, and you've seen what happened.
Well,
This fool, this hunk, this fool.
now the show was so great. What was the eventual demise of the show? Why did it go off?
What does demise mean?
Demise means end.
It's like prepubescence, yes.
Holy dictionary, Batman.
I have one in my utility belt. All right, you said that so well. Be careful, Burt.
We used to wonder if Robin married and his wife didn't want to fool around one night. What would she say? Holy headache, Robin.
I'd say holy Alka-Seltzer.
Holy knuckle sandwich. I'm the macho pig. You were dead. Anyway, what happened was we started out with extremely good fortune. We had very high ratings, so there was nowhere to go but down. Also, the show was beautifully produced by Bill Dozier and all of the rest of the people. Charlie Fitzsimons, and I could go on naming them. And it was expensive. So there were cost overruns, this is what I heard. And the studio certainly wasn't making any money, as often happens with very expensive shows. So they said, well, you guys just get in gear and get enough product to go into reruns, and then it'll be clear sailing, and they'll make bottom line stuff. So that's what happened.